There we go. Tether literally confirmed this, guys. What did we say? We were hoping for Tether to print another billion USDT yesterday, right? And today they did, guys. Check this out, because from whale alert, another billion, a billion USDT minted at Tether Treasury. Will you look at that, guys? So beautiful to see, right? So beautiful to see. This is what we want, guys. Why? Because the more they print, the higher we go. The formula is clear. The formula is given to you right on a damn silver platter, guys, right? You don't have to accept it because this isn't financial advice. Please like today's video because things are about to go parabolic here, I believe. But they still need to keep printing, guys. Tether is 100% a legend, right? They are legendary, guys, as well as Circle because they print as well. And there's usually a 3-day delay, guys, for the markets to pump when they do print. Usually, not all the time, but usually, guys. So I don't know. People in the comments are excited and bullish indeed. Why? Because if that doesn't get you bullish enough, guys, oh, this 100% will. This isn't me. This isn't coming from me, guys. This is literally coming from Justin. Coinbase. Yes, Coinbase, the top tier exchange, says Bitcoin, quote, dips are likely to be more aggressively bought, end quote, now because of new investors demanding to own digital gold. But this is insane. Why? Because this isn't coming from anybody, guys, right? It's coming from a legit source. And they're stating that Coinbase is #1 digital gold, right? Which is insane, guys. More people flock to Bitcoin when it's time, right? I mean, they already are, but they still want to lure. They still want everyone in, guys. That's good for me because I want them to pump it to like 300K minimum, right? This cycle, 300K minimum, guys. Tether's executive or one of Tether's employees, someone from there, guys, stated that I think 300K it's possible to get up to. So, and this was fascinating. You guys see how they stated aggressively bought, right? Dips are likely to be more aggressively bought. What happens in the parabola? Did Coinbase just confirm our parabola as well, right? A parabola goes like that, guys, and usually the dips, right, are aggressively bought, guys. Exactly. It doesn't wait there too long because if it breaks this parabola, it's done, right? That's why they say that, guys. Interesting, right? So prepare. They know supply shock is coming. This month. What is it? In less than 2 weeks, right? Or about 2-ish weeks, guys. The halving is here. And if we have seen anything, no, we haven't, guys. We haven't seen anything yet. Why? Because the good news just keeps piling on. What's happening? I don't know. But Justin, BlackRock has added Goldman Sachs, Citadel, and Citigroup as authorized participants for its IBIT Bitcoin ETF. Wall Street is arriving, guys, right? This just means that they're all flocking to Bitcoin. But remember, why do we talk about Bitcoin on the channel, guys? It's because if Bitcoin rises, then easily XRP, Ethereum, your favorite meme coin and S coin will too. Why? Because Bitcoin is the main liquidity source, guys. It pulls everything up with it, right? Bitcoin is up here, and here are the other coins, guys, right? And Bitcoin, it's like every coin follows Bitcoin, guys. At this point, yes. Okay, this is why they say Bitcoin is king right now, guys. I do believe though one day XRP will take its crown, but not just yet. Now, on April 5th, 2024, they announced that, which we just read, this move is aimed at increasing the accessibility and liquidity of the ETF, right? Reflecting the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin and the acceptance of cryptocurrency within the traditional financial sector. The addition of these Wall Street giants is expected to enhance the operational efficiency and market depth of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, marking a significant development in the global financial market. Right now, America is into play, guys. We need everyone else. Australia, we need Hong Kong, we need the Middle East, China, Asia, Europe, guys, everyone, Africa, we need everyone in, right? Literally everyone in, guys. Not to mention, this is very positive because there are more inflows of the Bitcoin ETFs, right? More inflows, guys, hundreds of millions of dollars yesterday. Now, check this out. Justin, $932 billion asset manager, DWS launches physical Bitcoin ETC in Germany. Wait, look at that, right? More and more and more, guys. This is really good because someday, guys, retail will have to join in the party, right? Now, retail usually joins. Retail usually joins when the Fed starts to print money, right? When the Federal Reserve starts to print money, guys, that's when retail starts to come in, right? We're not at that point yet, but perhaps soon we will be, right? Now imagine the Federal Reserve printing at one point in time, guys. Retail is now in, right? All these institutions are buying. The halving is in effect. What's going to happen with Bitcoin's price? Only one way, and that way is upwards, right? Does nobody see? Look at that, guys. So all these major institutions are coming into play, and if a asset manager with $932 billion assets under management, which they are, guys, right, which is DWS from Germany, and sets a 1% allocation target and takes 365 days of buying to get there, it will take daily purchases of $24 million, right? At current price of 68K, this is about 360 Bitcoin per day. Exactly. And guess what? That's only one major institution in Germany. Imagine now in the other parts of the world. Exactly. Do we see how we're so early? And this cycle is going to probably keep going on, guys, right? Until the collapse, like we've been stating, not financial advice. Please like today's video. But breaking. Bankrupt Genesis sold GBTC shares to acquire 32,000 Bitcoin, right? Look at that. They're just accumulating. So it's funny how there's so much fun happening, right? And what's crazy to me is, here's Bitcoin, guys, right? That's 70 something K, and it dumped, right? It dumped. Right now, this is where we are right now. How much fun is there, guys, right? Euphoria hasn't even set in. Are they just going to dump it from here? No. They're going to keep pumping it until the day everyone, your grandmother, your cat, guys, wants to buy in Bitcoin. What happened in the previous cycles? Exactly, right? It got so euphoric that the people out in the streets, you could hear them talk about cryptos in general, not only Bitcoin. We're not at the top, guys. Not anything advice. But the former president of PayPal is now helping the largest United States Bitcoin exchange integrate the Lightning Network. Bullish. It just keeps piling on, guys. Now check this out. Kathy Wood comes out and says there are currency devaluations around the world that people are not talking about, right? Such as the Nigerian Naira down 60%, and Egypt devalued 40%. The Bitcoin is a hedge against a loss of purchasing power. You know what that means? I think this is going to be one of the main narratives that will drive us to crazy prices, guys, right? Bitcoin is a hedge against a loss of purchasing power. Why? Because everyone knows about how the Federal Reserve is printing so much money, guys, right? And imagine if a black swan entered the view, right here, guys, right? Imagine a black swan entered the view, and then at this point they start printing, right? Because if they don't, the system will collapse, okay? And they print like what, 20 trillion. How insane would that be? Right? That money will have to go somewhere. And not to mention, retail will flock to buy Bitcoin, because then at that point, the narrative, and it's already beginning, guys, it's a hedge against a loss of purchasing power. How Bitcoin is rising, but the dollar is going downwards, right? At some point, it will be flipped, guys, but not just yet. And that's how we go crazy, right? We haven't even begun, guys. It's time. Wow, are you guys excited? Because I truly am. Let's listen to this.
Debating it the last couple of days about Bitcoin. Can you explain, and we were debating it the last couple of days about Bitcoin, Joe, Becky, back in New York.
Yeah, I've heard.
Together, you've seen it. What do you think is happening? I mean, we saw Bitcoin get up to $70-something thousand, drop down to $66,000.
Right now, it's a consolidation phase right before the next major move. I'm hoping it's upwards. If they let prices come down, guys, people will get in, right? The people who missed the boat. And they don't want that to happen, in my opinion.
I was making the argument that it has been very tied to the NASDAQ, it's been very tied to the markets, and as a result, it is more likely a function of liquidity and sort of speculation than it is a function of what the Federal Reserve is going to do? Even though the Federal Reserve has sort of been moving the markets, what's your analysis of why it's moved the way it has?
Okay, up dramatically?
Right.
Well, it's that simple. Why? Because we're in the part of the cycle for us to go up, guys, right? In the bear market, things can't just go down forever. No, right? The cycle repeats, guys. Right now, we're at in the part of the cycle where we go up, right? But I do believe soon, guys, there will be that black swan event right here, right? I don't know what price Bitcoin's price will be. Maybe 90K, maybe 120K. I don't know. When this happens, guys, and if the Fed comes in and saves the day, that's when I'll be buying a lot, right? So much, not Bitcoin, but XRP if it's low at that point, right? Or other coins, because at that point, that's when the super cycle begins, I believe, right? And after this point is when we just collapse, which will possibly be end of 2025 or 2026. So that's my opinion, though.
You have the ETFs. There's something else going on around the world. There are currency devaluations taking place that people are not talking about. The Nigerian naira is down 50-60% in the last 9 months. Egypt just devalued by 40%. Argentina continuing to devalue.
Wow, that is honestly, at the same time, guys, this is a good point, because there are in other parts of the world that is happening, right? Currency devaluations, and if they have their own currency, guys, it devalues, right? A loss of purchasing power. So what do? They have a solution. Now it's Bitcoin. You guys see how the narratives are? Wow, they're actually a genius, guys, right? Because they introduced Bitcoin after the 2008 collapse. Perfectly timed. And now look what's happening with currencies around the world, right? Again, they need to get people comfortable, guys, before they switch the system over. But remember, Bitcoin, it's electricity hungry, right? So they need to switch Bitcoin to green as well. That time, I believe Bitcoin collapses 9%, and I'm going to buy again at that time, not now.
I think this is a flight to safety, believe it or not, taking place. A hedge against devaluation, a hedge against a loss of purchasing power and wealth. That's very important.
That's hilarious. What did we talk about, guys? Exactly. That's the narrative they'll use. Inflation, right? These sort of narratives, so people get comfortable buying in cryptos. Once you buy in Bitcoin, you're buying other coins easily.
And we saw this even here last year in the United States. Regional banks imploded. Right. Bitcoin went up 40%. Bitcoin does not have counterparty risk.
Okay, that is true, guys. Last year that happened, and we talked about it before. So that's a good point. If the next crisis happens again, and it's about banks imploding, Bitcoin will probably pump, right? And now if it's war or something else, guys, it will dump. So it's not a store of value per se, right? Maybe in certain scenarios, it may be. In the long term, it is, but short term, it isn't, guys, because there's so much volatility. Now with XRP, I do believe it's actually a collapse hedge.
I think, and we're putting out a piece in the next few weeks, which is, this is both, get this, a risk-on asset, and so you talk about the NASDAQ,
the risk-on,
but it is risk-off. I remember we got in at $250 when Greece was threatening to leave the euro, right?
But is that folks that are speculating about currency, or is that folks in Nigeria and in Greece and other places saying, I got to get my money out of this currency?
I wonder what's going to happen with Bitcoin during the collapse. I think it dies, guys, but then it comes back alive, right?
And move it themselves. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. I think this is an insurance policy against rogue regimes or against just horrible fiscal and monetary policies.
There we go. So if you're not bullish right now, then I don't know what to tell you guys, right? Because the proof is in the pudding that these people pump Bitcoin, guys, until it's sky high, right? Then at one point when everyone's lured in, they're going to collapse it, guys. Don't think they're your friends, but right now they are. Not financial advice. What do you guys? Hopefully it's amazing. See you.